I ran those phishing emails are getting legit as hell. It's crazy.
I recently, I think last week, I put out the clip of it, and it's a true story, right? Like my current CFO got an email followed by a phone call, right, from what seemed like our CEO, and it sounded exactly like him on the phone, right, saying, "Hey, I need you to send 20 million to this organization, this account or whatever." And the CFO said, he's that I was 100% convinced, like, because this has happened before. He's called me, he sent an email, and then he called me, requested it, went to the right place and everything. But we've recently changed the protocol, and there was one final step in the protocol that he was required to check, right, with the person on the other end of the phone. And the person on the other end of the phone or the robot or whoever didn't know that answer, and he immediately hung up and called security and said, "Hey, this is what just happened. I didn't send anything, but can you just look into it?" And I mean, the email looked totally right. The headers were manipulated, obviously, but you're not going to see that, as a normal end user or whatnot. But the email address looked totally right, and I heard we pulled up the phone call, and the phone call sounded exactly like him. And I'm just sitting here, as a security professional, and I'm like, this would have fooled me. Like this absolutely would have fooled me. My boss telling me to do something, sends me an email, sends me a team message, gives me a call afterwards because maybe it's a little bit out of the norm, right? Maybe it's a little bit, iffy for me to potentially create this rule in the firewall or whatever it might be, right? Like just a random example. Like I wouldn't question it after the phone call. Why would I question it? like at that point, I'm not.
And we just don't have great ways to validate this. Like we have to stay on our toes more and more, but that's only goes so far. So what you just said, like I would have been fooled by the same thing. What's wild is someone could take this podcast, right, and record each of us and use that nefariously. Like it's just anything that's on the web of you talking. It's being used in cool ways, but it's also being used in nefarious ways, as you mentioned. So I can't even imagine a public figure like a CEO that's like shooting fish in a barrel. It's too easy to get that audio clip and
Yeah.
turn that into something.
Yeah, I mean, they're doing interviews, they're, doing quarterly calls and all that sort of stuff. Like their voice is out there. It has to be out there. That's the thing too, right? Like it has to be out there because we're moving into a area where, you kind of have to look at your own online presence more closely even, like even what you're posting on social media, not just, your location, not just, things that are up to date and whatnot, right? You have to look at it in a way of an attacker almost, where they would say, "Oh, he said he's out of town. I'm gonna go rob his house. I know where it is because I can do a public title lookup and see what he owns." Right? Like that's a possibility.